Ronald Reagan by Julia Hacker, Letha Bennett, Jessa Davis, and Carson Poe. Ronald Reagan was President of the United States from January 20th, 1981 to January 20th, 1989, and he served for 2 terms. He was a Republican, and his Vice President was George Herbert Walker Bush.
Ronald Reagan won by a landslide in 1980. He got 44 states to vote for him and got 43,903,230 votes. In the 1984 re-election, he got 525 electoral votes.
Reagan gave his famous "Tear Down This Wall" speech in Brandenburg Gate near the Berlin Wall in 1987. 2 years later, in 1989, the Berlin Wall was torn down, and 2 years after that, the Soviet Union collapsed.
When Ronald Reagan became president, the top marginal tax rate was 70%. By the time he left office, it had dropped to 28%. Reagan inherited a 12.5% inflation rate from Jimmy Carter, a former president, in 1976.
Reagan was pro-life, so him and his wife Nancy Reagan were against abortion. They wanted to reduce abortion rates, so he signed the Therapeutic Abortion Act on June 14, 1967, 6 months after being elected governor of California.
He was also serious about drug legalization. He opposed them, and him and his wife wanted to reduce the use of drugs in the United States. On January 4, 1983, Reagan signed the Orphan Drug Act. After this happened, it helped the U.S. out a lot.
Reagan was shot under the arm by John Hinckley. He was trying to impress Jodie Foster by attempting to kill the president. The assassination was a fail. He had quickly recovered and was back in the Oval Office in no time.
Overall, Ronald Reagan was an average or all-white president. Some people think he should be placed on a pedestal, and some think he wasn't anything special. He did some things that weren't all that great, but he also did many great things to help the U.S. out.